Sound of Hockey episode 392. We're calling this one the Barr Down Studios episode. Why are we calling it that, John?
Because we think this will be the one that publishes our new setup.
We think.
We
feel pretty good about it. We've worked out some kinks from last week. We don't think we're recording in slow motion. We think we have multiple cameras set up. We have a beautiful studio built. Well done, gentlemen. We have a lot of new bells and whistles that we've added. Just it looks nice. I'm really excited about it.
Darren is so stoked.
I am so.
He's very excited.
It's something that I've envisioned us having for years now, and I just never had the bandwidth or felt like we had the budget for it and Curtis, huge credit to you because you just ran with this.
I just had to push you off the cliff and be like, here's the bill.
Here's what we're doing. Yeah. And fortunately, I don't take the bill, so
there you go.
I'm not the treasurer.
Is it a write-off? It's a write-off.
Probably. Yeah.
Actually, probably.
Yeah,
probably
is.
Yeah.
And
some sketchy stuff that can happen there. But.
Darren, no, it's legit.
Okay.
Darren fulfilled his duty. The mic stands. We have mic stands.
That's true.
We got stands. We got better lighting. We have. I have my mask here. The Crap Weasels mask lives. It does have your logo.
I saw that. Yeah.
The NHL 2 Seattle logo on the chin, and it's got little ode to Sound of Hockey on the side there with the microphone. So
we have Oliver Bjorkstrand gloves over here.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been really fun to get this all set up. We have just to get us started. We don't have a 5-star review, but we do have a couple of listener interactions that I wanted to share. They came from. By the way, I'm Darren Brown at Darren Fun Brown on platforms. Joined as always by.
You're so distracted.
There's so many things going
exciting.
on. Joined as always by John Barr. Hello, John.
Hello, everybody. I'm NHL to Seattle on things.
And Curtis Izaki. Hello, Curtis.
So Curtis Izaki on stuff. We do still enjoy our audio only listeners.
Yeah.
I tend to listen to podcasts by audio only. So
yeah, and if you're listening,
hopefully still sound the same.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you won't be able to view the video yet. But on Spotify, you should be able to view it, and on YouTube, you'll be able to view it. Now, it would be hilarious if this week we again screwed something up and can't release the video.
Like we're going too fast this time?
Yeah,
exactly.
Fast forward
mode.
Yeah. But I feel pretty good about this.
Okay.
I feel good. Yeah. Anyway, the little listener interaction, Aristotle said, "Hey, Sound of Hockey, I just finished episode 391. I've been a season ticket holder since day one. I have mentioned the 7 p.m. weekday start time in every season ticket holder survey.
Oh, fair enough.
Having 2 school-age children and living in the North End, getting home after 10 p.m. is a pain. We usually leave early." And then Aristotle wrote 5 stars. Does that count? No, it does not. In no way does you writing on any kind of platform 5 stars. That doesn't help us in any way.
Yeah, 0% credit.
But we do appreciate you listening and interacting and for sharing that feedback as well. So there you go. You found the one person.
No, I mean, if there's one, there's probably more.
That's right.
No, I've just never heard one. Now that I've heard one, I assume there's more.
I will say I've certainly talked with folks who talk about how it's hard to bring their school age or younger children. For sure. That is definitely a sentiment that's out there.
I've heard that before.
And but I've always heard that more in the context of let's have more like earlier starts, on the weekends.
And
stuff
I think they do.
Which they have started to do more of that.
And won't somebody please think of the beat writers, which is me. And I appreciate.
No.
The poor beat writer.
No, we are not going to be doing that.
Okay. Fair enough. But it's good for people at home, too, because if you're wanting to watch my walk and talks after a game, you can get them a little bit earlier now. That's right. Leaving the arena a little bit earlier. Right. So Matt F. says, "Are you guys going to do a Sound of Hockey team for the Kraken 5K this year?"
Yes.
It's definitive.
That's it.
That's
it. I haven't set it up yet. We'll do that. I also... Quick personal note: I ran for the first time probably since the last 5K. 2.5 miles, felt pretty good. Not too sore the next day.
Okay.
You got all your CLs left. You made it through uninjured.
How's your meniscus? Mine's struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do play hockey 3 or 4 times a week, so that's probably more rigorous on my knees, I guess. Well.
Could be.
Probably not.
I don't know, because like skating, you're not like slamming your...
Yeah, you're gliding.
Yeah.
And I'm a gazelle out there.
That's
right.
True.
That is
very true.
Definitely true. Yeah. That is...
For the record, I am not a good skater, so yeah, I am well aware of that aspect of my
I think
game.
you do. I think you do great, John.
Okay,
considering
thank you.
when you picked up the sport very late in life.
So I think the message is stay tuned on that one. We will do a team.
We are doing it next week. I'll announce or we'll share some of those. I'm not the first person that's contacted me about it.
Okay. So there you go. Any other Sound of Hockey related events that we wanted to?
Yeah. Like in
I know. I think we told people to very loosely pencil in September 19th.
we
alluded to it.
Yeah.
We alluded to it as it could be the day, right? I would say that it is very safe to go ahead and circle September 19th for Sound of Hockey Fest, which is the same day as the first home preseason game against the Vancouver Canucks. And we're changing venues this year. We're going to go to the Gantry Public House, which is right across the street from Client Pledge on the west side. What road is that? I don't know.
First, maybe?
First, yeah.
Maybe.
Right across from KXP.
Yes. Yeah. And it's an awesome space, and we're super excited about it. So is this official? Like, are we saying this is official now?
I
mean,
say
you just made it official.
It is official.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's official. So it's happening September 19th.
You have to send an email for clarity, right?
Yeah. We'll do all that stuff. We'll do the RSVP form again, which we've done in the past. It's been very, very helpful for us for planning purposes. So when that comes out, please do complete your RSVP form, of course. It's going to be awesome. I think we're very, very excited about the venue. I think we're very excited about doing it in conjunction with a preseason game and right across the street from Client Pledge. I think it's going to be great. And whether you're going to the preseason game or not, you'll have time to kind of get in and out of there. We're not gonna like run Sound of Hockey Fest right up until game time. Like, there will be a gap between Sound of Hockey Fest and game time, so you'll be able to
post Sound of Hockey Fest sodas.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm looking forward to that too. Everything's
but now that you say it out loud, it's committed.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, we got to start planning that and do a lot of work.
And it's actually not that far away because we're at the end of July already. So we have August and half of September. Now, the first Sound of Hockey Fest that we even started to talk about happened about a month. I think it was about a month total of like, hey, wouldn't it be interesting if we put together this event? And then we were like, how do we do that? I don't know. And then that was just the only thing that any of us did for the next month.
Yeah.
So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it should be easier to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our housekeeping items. Very, very excited to do that. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm excited about our new studio setup and the video situation, but I am.
You mentioned it.
We have a little bit of Kraken news. Not
scraps.
Not team related, but broadcast related. Edzo is departing. So Eddie Olczyk is no longer going to be doing regional games. He's going to just be focusing on spending time with family, and he'll still do his national games. So I wasn't personally super surprised about this. I think
we've alluded
may have alluded to it on
maybe
this,
foreshadowed it a bit
on this very podcast. But you know what? I will just say, Edzo, he was like, for as huge of a like legendary person as he is, very, very approachable. Like I had some really great conversations with him. I think I talked about it on the podcast, but when I went to Florida for that trip, I ran into him on the street and we just like chatted for like 20 minutes. And I was like, don't you have more important things to do than stand here talking to me? You know, like that kind of thing. So he's a good guy, and he brought a lot to that broadcast and just a lot of comedy for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'll never forget is, and I'm sure you'll remember, it was heading into the 2023 playoffs. The Kraken reached out to us and said, "Hey, is there anybody you want to talk to?" And and so he offered to talk to us, and his phone was dying in Las Vegas. Yeah, gets cut off, goes and finds a charger, calls us back to get back to complete the conversation. I'm like, and to the same point where it's like, we're just a regional podcast, right? Yeah. Like, and this guy's doing the national games too. And he literally was going from one national game to another, flying into Vegas, found a power supply and called us back. Yeah. Like, it was amazing. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Sometimes it wows me. We even talk to the people we do. So
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And he definitely fits in that category. So
I mean, it brings him a lot of joy to just talk the game and be around the game. And he's just a lifer in that way. And to hear him talk about it today, because he's given interviews already. And, it seemed like it'd been something he'd been thinking about for like 12, 18 months, know, and just to be able to spend more time with family and have a home base as opposed to the kind of, living in two different cities, I think was wearing on him after a while. So we wish him the best. It'll still be good to hear him on TNT, and I'm sure, he'll cross paths with his buddy Johnny Forsland at some point.
So those guys together, man.
Feels like that might happen.
Yeah. I think it will. Yeah.
Let's go down in the farm. Moo. What did I forget?
Our apparatus.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to the...
I mean,
we have a new one coming.
The studio redesign. It's like,
it's like I'm scanning.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
It might be a little disorganized on that side of the camera.
Don't worry about that side of the camera.
It's great because I walked in here tonight and I just had this moment of like, I knew that I was walking into the studio and that it had all been built up like this, but there was something that was like, oh yeah, it is like this, and I kind of almost forgot somehow. And so it looks just beautifully put together on this side of the room, but to create that space, everything that was here before has moved to behind where the cameras are.
And we're looking right at it.
Yes, we sure are. So it's funny from our vantage point, everything looks a little
chaotic
right now. Yeah. But John, I've offered to come help you.
We'll figure it out.
Rearrange things if you'd like, because this feels a little.
It's starting to clear some space, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so we're down in the farm. I got confused as to why you guys were both like looking so confused, but now I know it's because we don't have our little moo machine. Curtis, what would you like to share? I think this is a Curtis category.
This is indeed the World Junior Summer Showcase. One of my favorite events every year. Because
everyone is looking forward to this.
What else would you do in July?
It's the
certainly
hockey.
Not go outside.
No, why would you go outside?
No,
we'd sit in a basement and talk about hockey. That's
You're right.
what we do.
You're right.
But it's the first kind of maybe hint, the oasis in the desert of the summer that hockey's going to come back. So it's a precursor event for the World Juniors. These are under 20-year-old players who are trying to make their respective country teams. It's a tournament involving just the United States, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. But obviously those are some of the best nations. So this year we have Chase Reed, Blake Fiddler, and Casey Mutrin all on Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not Team USA is currently deploying essentially twice as many players as normal, deploying 2 teams. So I wouldn't. Casey Mutrin is the one who's probably on the fence. Will he make Team USA? I think that might be a longer shot at this point. But the other 2 guys, Chase Reed and Blake Fiddler, seem like pretty good bets to be on Team USA come wintertime. Loki Krantz is on Team Sweden. And
friend of the pod.
Indeed, another friend of the pod, Jake O'Brien, would have been on Team Canada, but he is not with the team. According to Scott Wheeler of The Athletic, he's actually in Seattle right now receiving treatment for knee tendonitis, which is keeping him away from the team. Like the messaging there from Wheeler was that the goal is to be ready for Kraken camp. That's his focus at this point. But obviously not something you'd like to hear, especially after you all spoke with Jake and his message.
I had nothing to do with his injury.
No, I'm not.
Though I wonder if it's fishing related.
Could be fishing. Related.
Like he squatted down to put a catch in the live well or something, and
could have been.
I don't know.
But speaking of squats, I mean, he said that this was his summer to get stronger and really work on that aspect of his game, and you just hope that this situation is minor and doesn't set him back in that regard, because it's certainly additional strength is something he could use going into his first professional season here coming up.
Also, I saw a little clip of Chase Reed scoring a goal that looked pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Also, what was this about the ice was melting or something? Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
No, I'm actually
looked like they were having some ice challenges.
Quick get off my lawn within a Down on the Farm.
Sure.
This year, it's the event is being held in Canada after a number of years in the United States, and the Canadian streaming service is asking for $85 to watch these 11 games. And I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So I actually haven't been watching.
Okay.
I've just been watching clips.
Speaking of get off my lawn, I have a couple get off my lawns from the last.
Whoa.
Is that okay?
How many lawns do you have?
I just have the one lawn, which is.
How's it doing?
It could use some water.
No, it goes dormant.
Yeah, it's very dormant right now. It also, we got a lot of dandelions right now. I've been a little delinquent in my my yard.
Mine too. Don't like.
So, couple of get off my lawns though. One is ants.
Sure. I got ants.
I hate ants. They're so freaking annoying, and they send little scouts around my house, and then all of a sudden they have like this decide that it's time to come and
attack.
And it's terrible when they do it. And it's always, I didn't tell this story on the podcast. Did I already? Okay. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was like, I woke up in the morning. I was already grumpy for some reason. I just started the day grumpy. I was going to go out for a run because usually that helps if I'm like in a bad mood, like go get some exercise. And I put on my running shoes, got my whole running kit on, and I'm like about to walk out the back door, and I looked down and I was like, oh no, there's ants right there. And then my brain like zoomed out, and I was like, oh, there's ants there too. And then it zoomed out again, and I was like, oh no, there's a lot of ants.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ants. And I think I had like left like on the top of our recycling bin, I had like not fully cleaned out a yogurt cup, and that's what they decided to go after.
Yep.
And it was like, dude, I just was like, this was the last thing. And in that moment, I was like, I can't deal with this right now, you know?
Yeah.
But I had to deal with it because I can't just leave these ants. So,
yep.
So they got killed quickly. And I was thinking, and I used that spray, like and I was thinking about, like, what if there was like an ant news network, you know?
Sure.
And they're talking about like this great tragedy. Because this would have been horrific when you think about the number of ants that I just wiped out very unceremoniously.
Well, I will say, if my house and around my house is any indication, there are plenty more ants out there. So
yeah.
What's interesting is like, it's a get off my lawn, but you actually want them
on the lawn, not remain on the lawn.
Yeah.
I actually don't care if they remain on the lawn.
Remarkably good point, John.
Yeah. The other get off my lawn, traffic.
Okay. Yep.
Traffic is really irritating me lately because there's nothing worse than when you get in the car and you see that like Google Maps ETA and it just starts going up and up and up. Oh, God, it's terrible.
Is it like worse, or is it just hitting you a little different?
I don't know. What, traffic?
Yeah.
It's just hitting me a little different. I've just been like, it just makes me so angry when I like need to be somewhere. I had an appointment the other day and I was like, I think it was an eye doctor appointment. Like I've had doctors, because they've gotten stuck in traffic, be like, well, you just have to reschedule. We can't, you know? And I'm like, I don't want to do this. So anyway,
so actually
traffic just sucks.
This afternoon, I had to pick up my son from a kayaking camp in East Lake, which is not an area that I usually try to get to.
Oh my
downtown.
gosh, East Lake right now.
Yeah, well, there's tons of construction going on over there, and I'd tried to go through essentially, South Lake Union, Amazon area, and it was just complete parking lot.
It's the worst down there.
I was late for pickup.
It is. Okay. Promise we'll do some Kraken talk. Although we're manufacturing some things here this week. Let's be honest. There hasn't been news per se.
Yeah.
But we had our kind of leftovers last week. We did our roundtable discussion around the roundtable. So we alluded to that. Here's the roundtable. If you're watching the video version of this, it is here. It's this round.
The round table.
So there were a few topics that came from is it Discord? Patreon.
Yeah,
from Discord.
No.
Patreon.
It was Patreon.
Yeah, it was Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah.
From Patreon.
Free Patreon. So just a quick, first of all, we got another subscriber. So thank you for joining.
Yep.
But I might put some more content in the free area too.
Okay.
And that's where we got it from, a free. So you don't have to be a member, Patreon paying member, but you can join for free to get communications. I'm not going to do a whole lot and do as you see fit, but that's where they came from. So occasionally we'll interact with the Patreon free crew.
But we especially appreciate those that
We appreciate
support
everybody.
us monetarily.
We appreciate everybody.
It did pay for what you're seeing.
That's true.
So yeah. If you're watching,
Just took like 4 years.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah. But okay. So a couple of the questions that we came, or the topics that came in, do the Kraken have a development problem? Do the Kraken have enough talent in the pipeline after 5 drafts to build towards winning? Now, but I don't think it really means now, right?
Just
to win now.
Yeah. Short term. Well, this made me think about, I think a year or two ago, I would have thought, what's like the strongest position in the system? Maybe it might've been left wing. If you're thinking about Berkeley Catton as a left wing, you're thinking about, Edward Chalet, another first round pick who's a left wing. You're thinking about Carson Rakoff, who's a second round pick we were all very high on, being a left wing. And you look at that depth chart now, and if Berkeley Catton's going to be a center long term, and Edward Chalet and Carson Rakoff had kind of, they haven't broken out in the AHL yet. I'd say I'd characterize it that way. And you look at that, and well, it's kind of a question mark going into the system. Is there like a left wing coming, really? And so that's one thing that this question made me think about. I think there's a lot to be determined still yet about whether, the development machine here, all these draft picks are going to turn into what the team wants it to.
So do you think there's a development problem?
I can't right now. I don't think I can say that, but if you get nothing out of Chalet, you get nothing out of Rakoff, Jagger Fergus doesn't break through, Yanni Newman doesn't break through, I think you could start to say that.
I don't know if I agree with that though, because it's not like every prospect makes it on any team. Sure. Every team has way more misses than hits with their prospects. And what I wonder about is like, you have Matty Beniers, right? You have Shane Wright, you have Berkeley Catton, who still has, it looks like he's got a long way to go in terms of reaching his ceiling. But like Shane Wright, I don't know. I mean, how high is the ceiling on him at this point? I think there's a lot of people that are looking at him and being like, I think we were just wrong. I don't think that there was quite as much upside as we thought when he was going through the draft process. But is that a situation where he truly doesn't have the upside, or is that the Kraken haven't brought him along the right way?
Yep.
Same with Matty Beniers. Like, is Matty Beniers actually reaching his potential? Or is it, I don't know. Like,
and part of it could be the environment that they're under, not so much from a development standpoint, but Matty's has to play an elevated role.
Yeah.
And so it's not the best for showcasing his talent because there's nobody else to like draw attention away from him and to free up space for him.
Yeah.
Not just
they're kind of expecting him to like be the guy.
They need him because they don't really have anybody else.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just like his line mates, but also like another line that people need to be concerned about and kind of throwing their best defensive forward or strategy around countering not just Matty, but other line, right? So
I have a question. Who are the other guys around him? Owen Power was number 1, right, in that draft. Who was number 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
If only there's some searchable database. I think Curtis is going to look it up.
Yeah.
I think Logan Cooley was in there, but I think he was picked.
Oh no, that's the Shane
Wright draft.
3 is Mason McTavish. 4 is Luke Hughes. 5 Kent Johnson. Later comes Dylan
Wyatt
Gunther
Johnson.
and Wyatt.
Yeah, and Wyatt Johnson. So I have no problem that they don't end up with Wyatt Johnston because nobody had him as like this superstar player, right? Yeah. So it is what it is. But I think like, I think that he's the right guy for them. Like even in hindsight, I'm still like, he's the right guy. It's not looking like a high-end draft.
It's not looking like they missed on a bunch of guys at all. I do agree with John's point. Like, I think Matty Beniers his best version might be like a number 2 or a 1B, right? He's not the guy, not the offensive guy. That might just not be ever who he is. That's not maximizing what he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
I also think if the only draft that they've had enough time to really evaluate
the first one
is the first one,
which was Matty's,
right? Which was Matty's,
yeah.
And then
which is
round 2 was
Matty Beniers, Riker Evans, Ryan Winterton, Jacob Melanson.
Yeah.
See, and that's the part that I'm like, but they have gotten all these guys to the NHL.
Yeah.
It's so from that perspective, I think they're pretty good at developing players. You know, I really think so.
I agree.
Half of their roster almost is like players that they've brought up.
Here's the next step for them to be like a good development team. They need to develop through Coachella Valley a top half of the lineup player. And
bingo.
Like Matty Beniers is a high pick. Shane Wright, Berkeley Catton, none of those guys. I mean, Shane Wright did spend a year in Coachella Valley, but I feel like he's a high pick. He's supposed to be that, right?
Yeah.
Riker Evans, you could say maybe is that, but I think we all kind of agree he's more of a second, third pair type at this point. He's not clearly a first pair type.
Yeah.
So you want like a Yanni Newman or a Jagger Firkus or someone like that to kind of
really
come up
hit
and show they can score 20 goals in an offensive role. I feel like that would kind of quiet a lot of these concerns.
Yep. And then the second part of that, do they have enough talent in the pipeline after 5 drafts to build towards winning?
And I think this was kind of your question, John, right? Like, do they, in response to people being like, they need more high draft picks to be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, do they have enough right now if they just develop it right and build it right?
If they develop it right, sure.
Because in theory, O'Brien should be good, Catton should be good, Reed should be good. They already have Matty, Shane, and all the other guys we've talked about.
Yeah.
So in theory, yes, they should have enough there.
Yeah. And so what is that? 5 top 10 picks in their 6 drafts.
And let's not forget Edward Chalet.
Yeah, it wasn't top 10 though, right?
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah,
I was kind of making a joke.
No, but in the last 3 drafts, I mean, it's hard to like even evaluate any of those 3, right? Including Catton. I think Catton's shown flashes. Production wasn't there, but I don't think anybody's really upset about what they have in Catton right now. So that's the thing is like, yes, they have enough talent. If let's say two of the 3 of those hit, right? Not superstar, but like
genuine,
maybe an all-star, right?
Yeah.
Like that they develop into all-stars.
They can like drive, a line in the top half of the line.
And there's no reason to think they can't at this point.
Yeah.
But they still have to prove it. So.
Okay, why do we think the Kraken might overperform expectations and why the Kraken might underperform expectations? I think this aligns a little bit with the story that I published Tuesday morning on soundofhockey.com, which was asking kind of a general question: have they actually improved this year, this offseason? Because I know, John, you don't love that I bring this up all the time, but we were promised a prolific offseason, right?
I don't mind you bringing it up. I don't mind.
That was the statement.
Yeah,
and
it was.
What has happened so far this offseason is they acquired Mackie Samoskevich, which is a fine get. They re-signed Bobby McMahon, which also, that was good. I was surprised that they pulled that off. I actually thought that was an uphill battle for them. And then they let Jamie Alexiak, Jaden Schwartz, and we assume Eli Tolvanen walk, although Eli Tolvanen is still an unsigned, unrestricted free agent.
And they acquired essentially Chase Reed, right? Or drafted.
And don't forget Curtis Douglas.
Yeah.
Who you don't believe is going to play, but I think he's going to be an extra on the team. Anyway.
Okay, quick. Under/over.
Okay.
He plays 35 games.
Under.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll be like a 20 gamer.
Okay, well that's in the realm of what I would think.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. But you said he wasn't even going to be on the team. I think he'll be on the team.
Might not be on the team all season.
Correct.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Or start. Depends. Injuries, stuff like that.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Why we think they might overperform. So here's the reason I think they'll overperform.
Oh.
Okay.
Hit us with some positivity.
There's a couple. One is a full season of Bobby McMahon. And clearly there was something a little off with the chemistry once he got there. I kind of wonder if part of that was like you had Jaden Schwartz playing on like the 4th line at times once he got there, and like it just never clicked once he was there. Even though he was playing so great.
They were losing before he got in the line. before he got in the lineup technically.
Yeah,
so.
you remember that period of time? Gosh, that was the worst.
When they were losing,
and
the entire stretch.
Well,
after
he
they
couldn't
was
even get into the lineup because he
was ineligible to play
visa
for that.
issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
thanks, Obama.
yeah, God,
Sorry.
I can't believe you just made it about politics, John.
Yeah, how dare you,
Unbelievable.
John. All right, number 2.
Okay, so that's one reason. I still am kind of surprised that they haven't traded Jared McCann and Vince Dunn, but I kind of think Jared McCann's going to have a good season going into a contract year, and it's the last time that he's really going to have a chance at like a big payday. And he was unhealthy for almost all of last season, still put up 20
kind of
goals.
the last 2 years, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did have a procedure like the day after the season ended. So there could be, right, some extra production from those two. If you figure Jared McCann gets back to 30 goals, Bobby McMahon scored 29 last season between Toronto and Seattle. Maybe he does that. He does that this season, especially if you have him playing top line minutes, which he wasn't playing in Toronto all the time. Samoskevich could be an upgrade, right? And then the other thing is like they were a playoff team last year up until February.
Yeah.
And then they fell off a cliff. So maybe some of these young kids learned what it takes to play a full season. Maybe they clear their heads a little bit. So that's a reason that I think that they could overperform.
One ad.
Yeah.
Kako got hurt at the beginning of the year, right? And so I think that
they need good. Everybody was hurt at the beginning of the season last year.
Yeah, I mean,
so many guys got hurt.
Injuries are part of the game. Right?
I know.
Yeah,
they need a good, healthy training camp, though.
I do. And Montour was hurt most of the year, right? Because of his hand.
Yeah, I mean, good health.
Yeah,
I mean that's the reason.
And I would say, I would add is some of the younger guys take steps, right? And it could come from anyone, but Cadden takes a step. Shane hopefully takes a step if he's still on the team. And then maybe Furcus or Newman kind of come out of that. I'm not expecting like them to have.
But what about like Winterton, right?
Yeah.
He was, did you mention him? I don't know.
I did not,
right.
But the stuff that he was facing off the ice, right? Like
I think he had
a fine, totally. Yeah. Winterton had a fine year for who he is, but he was still dealing with a lot of stuff off the ice that maybe there's a possibility that starting a fresh season might help him out as well. So, yeah.
So those are all reasons that they could theoretically overperform. Now,
are you sending it to me for
the underperform? Not necessarily, but
I wonder why.
No, because I'm more in this boat that I think. I mean, I just think my expectations are pretty low. Like sure. I wanted to see them really reshape this roster this offseason, and they didn't. So I'm like, we've already kind of seen what this roster can do. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm kind of going in with expectations that it's going to be a similar outcome this year.
Sure.
That's my.
But I think there is a scenario where they're not as competitive. There is
even worse.
They're a tier lower down than they were last year.
Yeah.
And I think that probably we think a lot about, are they going to struggle to score? But we don't think as much about the goaltending was actually pretty solid last year. Obviously got great season out of Philip Grubauer. The balance of his time here hasn't been as good. And goalie production is just volatile. And then you have the defense core kind of getting a little older, and now you're introducing maybe a Josh Mahura or a Cale Fleury for Jamie Alexiak. Is that an upgrade? It's probably not. So is the defensive, the defensive goal suppression production what it was this year, or does that take a step back? I mean, that's kind of a downside scenario. I feel like if you've got, we went into last year hoping for average production from the backup goaltenders, and we got a great season out of Grubauer. What if it goes the other way?
Who are the notable free agents yet to sign with a team?
Okay. Ellie Tolvanen's
Wait, let's pause on that for a second. Do you guys see any world in which he ends up back with the Kraken next season?
I see a world that's possible.
I do
but I
too.
think it's a world that means some veterans moving off the team. So,
yep,
or two.
I agree with that. But the longer he's out there, the more likely it's a 1-year deal type of scenario, which, if the Kraken are moving a veteran, it becomes more and more possible. But he's actually, in terms of just total points among unrestricted free agents, he has the second most points of any unrestricted free agent out there.
That's like career?
No, sorry, from this past season.
Okay.
From last season. So Vladimir Tarasenko is still out there. Then it's Ellie Tolvanen. Then it's Michael Bunting, Evander Kane, James Van Riemsdyk. Any of these guys interesting to you? Ellie Tolvanen's probably the most, right?
Not.
Yeah, I don't think I want any of those guys.
I mean, they don't have room for them, right?
I agree.
They need to get some of these younger guys playing, and there's an opportunity for Furcus or Newman, not to mention Melanson, right? Like your article kind of implied that Melanson's scratch, right? That's assuming everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's accurate. So, anyway.
Okay. Here, how about a couple defensemen? John Klingberg, Logan Stanley, old friend Carson Soucy, Matt Grzelcyk. Any of those?
No. I don't think so.
I don't think it's worth it.
No.
All right.
All right. And then who are the Pacific Division check-in, projected standings for the season.
All right, let's go through it.
Okay.
Vegas, I think Vegas theoretically takes a step back, not necessarily out.
We've said that every year, though.
No, but they got rid of Dorofeyev, and I'm not sure who else they kind of picked up to get. So I'm pretty much that's the basis, and they're getting older.
Yeah.
Yep.
That said, I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
LA theoretically should be better, right? Because Fiala will be healthy, and they have Panarin.
Yeah.
There was some
full
other
year.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah, but they still strike me as kind of a middle of the road.
Totally.
Like if they squeak in the playoffs, they squeak in.
But I think they're better, right?
Yes.
And
Yep.
they made the playoffs. So I'm not saying they'll make the playoffs, but I think they're
in the mix.
I think the Sharks are much better. Even though I know you guys didn't like what they did.
I think they're better.
No,
I think
they're
much better.
better.
Yeah.
They're better for sure. It's just is there a better version of the offseason that could have made them really scary?
Yeah.
I think there might have been. Well, who knows? Who knows what options were available to them? But they're definitely better. Are they a playoff team yet, though?
I'm not
totally
convinced. Sure. They
I'm not
need to
convinced.
learn how to play defense as a team, which they might figure that out, and that would be dangerous. But I think they are better. Anaheim, I think theoretically, we don't know yet, do we?
Well, I mean, if they have so many good young players, I mean, if they take steps forward, they could be better. But it kind of seems to me like they might be a hair bit worse.
yeah, they are. They are a little bit.
But they still do have a good young core. So it's
Okay,
good.
so and then Edmonton, Calgary's garbage,
And Vancouver's trash.
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have I think I'm gonna go. I'd be a fool not to pick Vegas to continue to be good.
You think they win the?
Yeah, you're putting them at the top.
I think
Yeah.
it's
We
Vegas.
won't put this down in
Here's what I'm
writing,
gonna
but
say.
we will revisit this before the season.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is probably a hot take.
Oh.
Vegas, San Jose,
Oh.
Edmonton, Anaheim, Seattle.
And then
LA,
Calgary.
LA.
Oh, LA is in there too. I think maybe I put LA ahead of Seattle.
Okay.
And then Seattle, and then
Calgary,
take your
Vancouver.
pick. Calgary, Vancouver. I don't care.
Well, which one's worse?
Vancouver's the worst.
I agree.
They were like a minor league team last year for a lot of the season.
I think Edmonton has a better shot of being first in the division than third. I think I'd be more likely put them first than third.
They did upgrade. Did they upgrade their goalie? What'd they end up with for their goalie?
I mean, it's not Tristan Jarry anymore, so
Yeah,
so that's good.
but what did they get?
Yeah, what did they do?
I don't remember.
Tristan
Let's
Jarry's
find
their
out.
third goalie now.
This is bad.
This
Oh,
is
Freddie
deep,
Anderson.
Deep summer.
They got Freddie
yeah,
Anderson.
that could work out. That could be scary.
That could work out. Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah. That they have Freddie Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we like Freddie Anderson.
Okay, so
I think I'd probably go just maybe Vegas, Edmonton, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe LA, San Jose.
Oh, San
Then
Jose
I'll go
up there.
Seattle
They're up
above
there.
it. I'll go Seattle
All
above
right.
Anaheim,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
just to be positive, you know?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Okay,
I'm wearing off on you guys.
Okay, real quick. I'm gonna go San Jose first, just because I don't want to pick Vegas.
Number one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be spicy.
Edmonton 2, but they get eliminated. They get swept in the first round.
Of course,
yeah.
naturally.
So San Jose, Edmonton, Vegas, Kraken. Why not? Yeah.
The rest of the teams don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all have, at this point, the Kraken outside of the playoffs.
No, I put them in.
Oh, you did?
Well, wild card.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Fourth.
It's going to be a really strong division this year after being horrendous last season. Is that what you're saying?
You know, I think everybody got tighter, though.
Okay.
I will be honest there. I think, and it was fairly tight last year, actually, but I think things got tighter.
It will be. I don't think there's a standout this year. I don't
think
think
the
anyone's
Ducks.
gonna run away. I mean, Edmonton could theoretically, if their goaltending hits, maybe. But I don't think anyone's.
How old is
gonna
Freddie?
run away.
36. You still have that?
I mean, he's up there. Yeah.
I already did all the Googling I can do. I've reached my limit. We now move on to our weekly.
You need to burn some tokens.
One-timers.
Need more tokens?
For Google?
Just kidding. You said you hit your limit. Whoosh.
Our first weekly one-timer.
Whoosh.
Patrick Kane is back to the Chicago Blackhawks. And they paid a lot for that. Those good feelings. 2 years, $8 million per.
Cool. They have the space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
It was like one of those things. We're not going to spend it on anything else. Let's get a good story in the door, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like it.
I don't like him in other jerseys, to be honest. You know?
For some reason, it was like Detroit wasn't that weird.
New York.
But still, it's going to look right. It's going to look right with him back.
Yeah.
What is... Okay, let's cast Patrick Kane.
He played for New York, didn't he?
Yeah.
What? How did it work? Did they trade him
Trade
like
deadline,
at the deadline,
and that's it.
and then
That's
he
it.
just
Yeah.
and then he just finished out?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we need to cast Patrick Kane in the 3 most awkward teams.
Mhm.
Where would you put him?
Seattle.
Yeah. I actually think that's.
I think St. Louis is a little more odd than.
Well, okay.
What about like
fair enough? Yeah.
What about like Calgary?
Well, I was going to say Montreal.
Yeah, but that's at least like a big market, right? Like he wants to be in. The...
Yeah, but it's like Montreal, like an American. I mean,
Mhm.
not that Cole Caulfield isn't American, but okay.
Okay. St. Louis, Montreal, Calgary. We did it.
Yeah, I think
That's it.
Those are good.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Good job. All right.
Vancouver would be weird too.
That would be.
Our next weekly one-timer. Nothing like confirmed. I just wanted to mention that Adam Fantilli is still out there, unsigned as a restricted free agent. But it sounded like the scuttlebutt seems like he's getting kind of close.
Yep.
So I wonder like if they sign him to a big deal. There's also a lot of talk about what happens with Kromarchenko too. So that would be a player that I would call about if I was a Seattle Kraken general manager. I would at least
100%.
call about.
I love that guy.
100%. If the Fantilli deal is huge, there could be another domino to fall there, and the Kraken should be interested in whatever that is.
Yeah. Do we have any other weekly one-timers? Is that it? Just those two?
Cole Sillinger signed with Columbus.
Yeah.
So Adam Fantilli is the only one left.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. What's news? It's the doldrums of the summer.
Dog days.
Yeah.
We close the those are our weekly one-timers. We close the show with what's good. Mine's it's actually not good. It's actually quite bad. Sad news. If you've spent time at Kraken Community Iceplex, you may have met a gentleman named Steve Chapman who did security there, like quote unquote security, because he was just like the most welcoming guy on the planet. And we found out that he passed away recently from a heart attack. And so the what's good of it though is this is somebody who I think he like really, that saying of like they'll remember how they made you feel. For some reason, Steve was just like, he just like lit up my day very often. Just one of those people that you're like, oh, I get to chat with Steve for a minute. Like he was just so nice. And for some reason, he always made me feel important. Like he'd be like, oh, Darren, please, you want to go, you want to, like very, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It just was like, I'm not important and he didn't need to do that, but he always made me feel like he was there to like really help me out and make sure that I got what I needed. And it's like, that's really nice. You don't need to act like that, you know?
Yeah. And I'm around the team much, much less than you are. And he'd even like kind of recognize me and welcome me. It just like, it made, there are very few people who would do that.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, I'm a person he sees like 2 or 3 times a year, and still would go out of his way to be kind and welcoming to me.
So very, very kind human.
Yeah. And I have similar interactions, right? Not as frequent as yours, but every time, cause I tend to do like early training camp, dev camp, like not a lot during the season. So I don't see him that frequently, but you know, there's people in the world that make you feel better. And every time I see him, like he's just got an aura and just a friendly smile on his face made me smile. And I think he did that. And it really sucks, man, because he's kind of part of rookie camp to me, and he's part of training camp.
He's part of the whole Kraken
experience. But
for me,
it's like, and the first thing like the first time, like rookie camp, be the first time I'm in there to see players. He's the first person I see, right before I see any players, because I'm not even in the building yet or in the rink yet, and he's just there, and it's just like, yep, here we go, let's go. Yeah. Anyway, bummer.
So I was really sad to hear that news. Like more sad than I think you know. It's like just a person that I'm thinking about it from like a, you know, considering his role there, it was just like something that he was kind of doing to keep busy, I think, and like
interact with people, which he probably loves doing, right? Because it clearly shows.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very sorry to hear that news. Yeah. But yeah. Another what's good. Well, do you guys have one?
You go ahead. I got one.
Well, mine's a little off topic here, and it feels weird to transition from Steve passing away to that one.
Okay.
No, you go.
You go. Mine is, I realized we are less than a week away from August.
Okay.
And I tend to think of hockey season for us starting September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right? That's when players start coming. That's when we start ramping up content.
It's when we start thinking about Sound of Hockey Fest.
Start thinking about it. Yeah, it's the month of we are literally almost a month away from hockey season.
Yep.
In my book. I know some people might not welcome that, but I'm telling you, I do. And I can't wait to start. I can't wait.
I mean, I welcome it. I certainly welcome it.
Yeah.
But
I know,
I'm also
but you're enjoying
the
your
amount
summer.
Of golf that I'm playing.
That I don't care about,
right,
Darren.
Right.
And this is my what's good, and I'm saying we're close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Curtis, what's good?
I'll co-sign on that after you, Darren.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Mine's golf related. Remember how I hold out?
Wait a minute. No, I'll figure out what's good. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember how I hold out from 140 yards for eagle?
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Well, I did it again from 170 yards. What are you doing, John? You're on camera. Why are you leaning so far back?
170 yards.
170 yards.
Was this par 4?
Yeah.
Another eagle.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's good.
That's very nice.
How'd you shoot for the round?
Shot 79. Pretty good.
You're hitting them pretty good now.
So what was funny though, I am hitting them really good.
Yeah.
What was funny though was that was hole 8 at West Seattle, and then the next hole, I 4-putted for double bogey. I was on in 3, 4-putted for double bogey.
Give it and take it away.
But yeah, so last time I didn't know at all. I was just walked up to the green and didn't see my ball. I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll look in the hole. Oh, it's in there. This time I was just paired with one other guy, and I hit it and I was like, wow, that felt really good. And I watched it kind of it was aimed at the middle of the green, and it kind of started to fade towards the pin, and it bounced once, bounced twice, and then kind of disappeared. And I just thought, man, that looked really good. And I said that, and the guy that I was with was like, I think that went in the hole.
Oh man.
It was kind of like an elevated green too.
Yeah.
It's you couldn't really tell. I was like, I think that went in the hole. And I was kind of like,
Don't want to
I mean,
yeah,
maybe, but I also wasn't even all that pumped about it, because I just did it a few weeks ago, you know?
Spread these things out a little more.
I know. And then I walked up there and I'm like, oh, there's no ball. So maybe it's in the hole. And it was.
So my general understanding, not from personal experience, is that if you get a hole in one, you're supposed to buy drinks for people afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Does that count for a hole in two?
But I did actually buy that guy a beer just before that.
Oh.
So maybe that was like,
that's good karma.
Related?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then last time when I played with Blaze, I did buy him a beer after too. So, but the bit is if you make a hole in one, you're supposed to like buy it for the whole clubhouse.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. The whole clubhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was in the clubhouse in Minnesota. This guy walked in. He's like, I got a hole in one. I'm buying drinks for everybody. And like, I was like, all right, I guess I'll get a beer.
You essentially just get one drink. Are you?
I don't know how
it's an honor system.
How that's supposed to work. I think it depends on the generosity of the hole in one scorer.
Have I ever told you about the high stakes bet that I have?
I don't think so.
Do we have time?
Sure.
Does it have to do with tots?
Yeah, I'd say we have time.
Okay. I'll try to keep it short. So, I, over the years, watched a lot of playoff hockey, and I've got.
Oh, I know about the high stakes. Okay. I don't know if it's been said on the podcast.
Okay,
so go ahead.
All right. So I have a friend who's kind of a curmudgeon.
Mm-hmm.
We call him Mudge.
Okay.
And I'm watching with a bunch of buddies, Dave Mossback. R.I.P. Former intern, Wade the intern.
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching, and I'm like, oh man, do you think the Capitals will? This is Mudge's team. Like, do you think they'll ever win the Stanley Cup in your lifetime? And he's curmudgeon, right? And he's like, man, I could totally see them never winning, And I'm like, man, what we need to do is if one of our teams hits or wins, we need to buy, like go to a nice dinner and the winner buys it. Cause it's like similar to the hole in one. You made it. You made it.
Yeah.
So I'm buying around. So we call it high stakes as an STEAK.
Okay. Yeah.
We buy a steak dinner for everybody. So
and did he buy you a
when the Capitals won?
Capitals won.
Yeah.
And so your team is the Kraken now?
It is now, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, before it was the Sharks,
that's
right?
True.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
We expanded it to other sports, but there were four of us in it. Obviously Dave has passed away. Doug has paid out once for his one team. There's other teams involved. My wife has paid out twice. And I paid out zero because my teams do not win.
Well, at least you're getting steak.
Right.
At least you're getting steak.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I sure hope that this worked this time because this is fun.
Yeah,
it feels
fun.
Feels good in here. Feels real good. Real homey.
It does kind of, to John's point, it feels like the beginning of something.
Yeah.
Like we're going to get to do a lot with this.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited about it. So thank you all for the support over the years. Hope that this is the next big step for us. So this feels cool. Subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, leave your 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read it on next week's show. Subscribe on YouTube so you can watch. Circle your calendars, September 19th. You can do it in ink now. It doesn't have to be pencil. You can circle it in ink. John, after you did the thing where you leaned back, you came back up and your eyebrow has been doing something really crazy.
Oh,
and
I get that sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if it showed up on the video, but you got a real... It's really distracted me since you came back up from leaning back like that.
It happens.
And it's like your version of like ripping your hair out because you don't have any.
Have you ever seen Mean Machine, the Guy Ritchie movie?
I don't think so. Actually.
It's with Vinnie Jones.
Okay.
Kind of the classic crew of.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
The prison warden or whatever, his eyebrows are insane.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's what my eyebrows tend to do.
Yeah.
So see Mean Machine. It's good.
And what else? Anything else? Patreon, subscribe on Patreon, patreon.com.
5K.
Hockey.
We're going to do the 5K.
5K. Read soundofhockey.com. We've still been putting up some, not quite as frequent as in season, but we've been putting up content that people seem to be really excited to be getting any kind of content.
And that's actually what's good too, is like, it's the summer doldrums, right? yet people are like clamoring for content, like or our written content and engaging, and the Discord community's kind of vibrant, and all the responses we got on the Patreon kind of free tier as well. Like, anyway, it's great. Pretty excited that there's people also excited about hockey. So
that is good.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for episode 392. We'll talk to you all very soon for episode 393. Cheers.